You ever notice how once you start waking up, holidays start to feel weird? Not just I don't like this weird. I'm talking deeply uncomfortable, energetically off, emotionally exhausting. You're not crazy. You're not cold-hearted. You're not broken. You're waking up and the illusion's cracking. Let me tell you why that matters. See, when you're still asleep in the system, holidays are just normal. They're tradition, family, celebration, nothing to question. But when you wake up, you start to feel energy differently. You stop going through the motions. You stop pretending. And suddenly, these holidays don't feel sacred anymore. They feel scripted, forced, hollow. That's your soul letting you know something about this ain't right. Most holidays have ancient sacred roots, solstice rituals, harvest festivals, ceremonies for ancestors, nature, divinity. But guess what? Those got hijacked, rebranded, repackaged, commercialized. Christmas? Originally a pagan solstice celebration, now it's debt, pressure, and mall Santa. Easter? Started as a fertility ritual, now it's a chocolate bunny and pastel capitalism. Even Halloween? Once a portal to honor spirits and the dead, now it's candy and costumes with no meaning behind it. The system took the sacred and turned it into a distraction. Then there's the family piece. Most people waking up find themselves feeling alone during the holidays. Not because they want to be, but because they're surrounded by people who are still in the program. Family members who don't get it. Who think you've changed because you have. You're no longer pretending. You're not sitting at a table filled with food, fake smiles, and unspoken tension pretending it's love. You feel the energetic clash. Your nervous system knows it's not safe. And that guilt for not wanting to participate, it's not yours to carry. What hits harder is the grief. Grief for the memories that now feel like lies. Grief for the innocence that got replaced with clarity. Grief for the version of you that used to belong. That grief gets mistaken for bitterness. But it's not hate. It's mourning. You're mourning the loss of illusion. And that's a sacred part of the process. Truth is, the system needs holidays. It needs them to push consumer spending, reinforce collective programming, distract you from yourself, keep you plugged into groupthink. You feel off during the holidays because the holiday isn't really for you. It's for the machine. You're not supposed to rest. You're supposed to consume. You're not supposed to go inward. You're supposed to perform. So when your soul starts to wake up, it starts rejecting all of that. Here's the truth. You don't hate holidays. You hate what they've become. You're not broken. You crave real sacredness. You crave real connection. You crave rituals that mean something. And no plastic tree or turkey dinner is going to fill that void anymore. Because you're on a path of truth now. And truth exposes everything fake, even the stuff you used to love. So if holidays feel heavy for you now, know you're not alone. You're not being dramatic. You're not being difficult. You're waking up, and the soul doesn't lie. Find your own sacred rhythms. Make your own ceremonies. Honor your truth, even if nobody gets it. You're not here to fake joy. You're here to embody truth. There's a reason the holidays hit different once you start waking up. It's not just that you're sensitive. It's that your soul is starting to recognize the false frequency beneath the surface. Let's call it what it is. Holidays are highly emotional, highly programmed rituals, wrapped in nostalgia, control, and pressure. From birth, you were taught to perform. Smile for the photos. Say thank you for the gifts you didn't want. Eat what's on the table, even if your spirit says no. Play nice with people your energy can't stand, all for the sake of keeping the peace. But who benefits from that peace? See, once you start awakening, once your soul starts surfacing, you begin to feel the tension that everyone else is pretending isn't there. You feel the inauthenticity. You feel the unresolved dynamics. You feel the way the room shifts when you stop playing along. It's not that you hate holidays. You just can't unsee what you've seen. You've noticed how much emotional debt gets disguised as tradition, how much guilt gets packaged as love, how much silence gets demanded to keep a system intact. And every time you try to show up different, to bring more honesty, more consciousness, more alignment, the system pushes back. You'll get called distant, cold, too intense, ungrateful. But you're not ungrateful. You're awake. You're just done with performative love, done with gathering out of obligation, done with sacrificing your peace to protect patterns that never served you. See, holidays are used as checkpoints, moments where the program retightens its grip. It says, you still belong here, right? You're still part of this system, right? You haven't changed too much, have you? And when you say nothing, but your energy shifts, that's when the pressure shows up. Not because you're wrong, but because you've become the mirror. Your presence reflects the things no one wants to talk about. Why is it that every year you feel more and more exhausted around the holidays and spending time with loved ones? Because the system is energetically expensive. It drains the awakened ones more than anyone else. Because you're not just navigating dinner. You're navigating decades of dysfunction, unspoken grief, passive aggression, and ancestral patterns, all at once. You carry awareness they don't want to feel. And in that awareness, you stand alone. But there's freedom in that. Because once you stop resisting the discomfort, once you stop trying to fix it or make it palatable, you get to choose something different. You get to reclaim your energy. You get to celebrate in your own way, quietly, symbolically, soulfully. Not because you hate connection, but because you finally understand what real connection requires. It requires honesty. It requires energetic safety. It requires freedom, not performance. So if the holidays feel heavy, you're not broken. You're becoming sensitive to what's always been there. You're not antisocial. You're discerning. You're not ruining the vibe. You're just not willing to betray yourself anymore. And that is the real gift. Happy holy days.